Hi, second graders. Let's talk about our reading for Tuesday, December the 8th. Your first assignment is you are to read music, and you'll notice on your packet it says you need to read it on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Um, I discussed the story yesterday in our video. If you need to go back and listen to that, and I went through music, the headings, and what each one of those vocabulary words mean. If you don't remember, I would go back and watch that video. It's sent to your email and also to our Google Classroom. One thing to also notice is this AR number. Listen, Music, written by Aliki, this in our reading book is just a small portion of the full story. So you can't just type in the title Music and get the correct test. This is the quiz number that you're going to need because this is just an excerpt, which means a small portion from the actual reading story. All right, so first thing, read Music, and I do want you to AR test on it at some point this week. The second part of our assignments for reading, besides Music and doing the Acellus lessons, is you are to do some spelling work today. So I'd like to look at this phonics chart that I have here. Now, we've learned this year that A, that can make the long A sound, can be spelled with just the letter A. And then a few weeks ago, our spelling list had a consonant sneaky E. And remember that E is silent, and it's what causes the A to say its name. Now, this week's list involves these two digraphs, digraph AI and digraph AY. Now, we don't hear the I or the Y in these digraphs. We simply hear that long A sound. The A is the boss of the I. The A is the boss of the Y here. All we hear is that long A sound. One thing to note, digraph AI is typically found at the beginning or the middle of a word. So if you hear the long A sound and you know that it's a digraph, or someone tells you it's a digraph, then if it's in the beginning or middle, it's more than likely going to be the AI sound. At the end of the words is where you will most commonly find digraph AY, at the ends of words. There are some exceptions, as you're going to see on your first workbook page that you have to complete today. Speaking of that workbook page, you are to complete page 170 and 173. Let's go ahead and look at page 170 together. You'll see up at the top we have our word bank. And all of these words have the long A sound, whether it's spelled with digraph AI or digraph AY. Let's look at sentence number 1. I like to blank games with my dog Spot. Well, I know that would be play games. So on blank number 1, I would write the word play. And I'm going to circle it because I'm going to need play down here at the bottom. I want to make sure I remember how to spell it. I'm also going to underline that digraph AY because that's what we're studying this week. And notice in this word, AY is at the end of the word. Now down here at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and do this while I'm doing the top as well. I have to now sort those words according to the pattern, how it was spelled. And in play, AY, that's going to match day. So I'll go ahead and write play down here. Let's look at sentence number 2. Come here, Spot, I blank. Well, I know that one's going to be the word say. That makes sense. Come here, Spot, I say. And there is say. And notice it's at the end of the word. And once again, it's spelled digraph AY. So then I'm going to go ahead and sort that down here as well. Up here at the top, I think I'll go ahead and underline digraph AY to remind myself that it was at the end of the word. Let's look at number 3. Spot jumps up and wags his blank. Well, I know that Spot is a dog, and I know that we use the word wag to talk about a tail. And here's the word tail. He wags his tail. Now notice the long A sound in tail is spelled with digraph AI. So, and that's the middle of the word. Now tail, when I go to sort it down here, is going to be with an AI. So I'm going to go ahead and write that tail down here below. Number 4, blank Spot will run after a ball. Well, I'm looking at my word bank and I have pale, maybe, wait. Well, maybe is the only word that makes sense there. So number 4 is going to be maybe. Now, remember I told you that usually AY is at the end of a word? Well, in maybe, AY is in the middle. But I want you to think about the word maybe. Maybe is a compound word. It's 2 words that have been put together. The first word is may, and at the end of may is AY. The second word is be. So it's at the middle of maybe, but when you think about it in terms of compound words, it's actually at the end. Now, maybe is spelled like day, so it will go down here below. Alrighty, guys, let's look at number 5. I toss the ball and it lands in a blank. I have 2 choices left, pale and wait. Well, wait isn't something, it's not a noun, it's not going to land in there. It would land in a pail. So pale goes right there, spelled AI, and notice is at the middle of the word. So I'm going to go ahead and put pale right there below. And finally, number 6, let's see if the word wait fits in here. Spot fetches the ball while I wait for him. Yep, that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and put the word wait, W-A-I-T. And notice that A-I, the long A sound, is in the middle of that word. And I'm going to go ahead and underline it. And of course, at the bottom, wait is one of those digraph AI words. It's in the middle of the word. Now, your final assignment for reading, besides doing your Acellus reading, you were also given your workbook page 173. That looks like this. And on this page, you are simply going to sort your spelling words from the AI words to the AY words. So basically, like at number 1, I have the word P-A-Y, pay. And I see that, oh, that's spelled A-Y. I'm going to write it under the AY words, pay. So I've done number 1. And then number 2, wait, W-A-I-T. Yep, that long A sound. Oh, look, that's spelled A-I, and that's in the middle. So that means it's going to go over here. So second graders, the rest of your assignment is to finish this workbook page. And down at the bottom, I do kind of like that idea. Underline the letters in each word that make the long A sound. In other words, on the AI words, you're going to underline AI. And in the AY words, you're going to underline AY. I hope this helps you as you complete your reading assignments for Tuesday, December the 8th.